Yeah, so I guess let's start the info session for class 20. I am Damian, co-founder and general manager at Social Hacks Academy. Hanan, you should be here. Yes, Hanan, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Hanan. I'm the employability manager, and I don't know, like, do we need to have much more information?
No, little information. Things will come as we go.
So here's my picture for everyone. And my name is Hanan. I'm the employability manager. Happy to meet everyone here, and Slim.
Thank you, Hanan. And I'm Slim, and yeah, I'm the education manager at Social Hackers Academy.
So, our class 20, I can't believe we reached number 20 so fast, starts on October 10th. And we're in this info session, we're going to talk about the web development career track, which lasts for 6 + 1 months. 6 months is, let's say, the learning. 1 month is the final project. Learning happens primarily, but not exclusively, between 5 and 9 Eastern European time. And scholarships are available to refugees and asylum seekers. The important dates you need to remember, first of all, is the day you apply. If you have applied already. If you haven't applied, I would urge you to go and apply right after the info session, which is today. Then on October 10th, we start the pre-course together with your future classmates and the support of our team. This is a necessary step, and you can only secure your spot in the class by finishing the pre-course as soon as possible. And we operate our admission process under the basis of first come, first serve. So we have a limited amount of open positions for this cohort. The person who is going to finish first the pre-course and the whole process will get access to our next cohort first. Then October 23rd is the absolute last day to finish the pre-course. We would very strongly suggest that you finish it as soon as possible. October 30th will be the last day for you to finalize the payment. We're going to talk a bit later about the payments. And October 31st, you will be accepted and enrolled in our career track. And that will be the first day that you will become a student in SHA.
And I would like to add something. So the day you apply through the registration form, you will get an email to register to the Athena platform, where you will find the pre-course and can start studying it. And you will also receive a link to join the Discord server. So Discord, for those who doesn't know, Discord is our communication tool. So the class environment and the communication, the announcement, and everything will be on Discord. So please make sure to join. Start the pre-course, and for those who joined Discord, please put your profile picture and your full names, no nicknames, please, because we cannot recognize you that. And yeah, so the start of the pre-course will be the 10th of October. We will have a kickoff session. We will share the link, and we will make an announcement about it later on Discord. But in that session, we will show you around how to use Discord effectively and how to navigate through the pre-course and how to leverage the team support on Discord. Then the last day to finish the pre-course is the 23rd, like Damian just said. But yeah, you can start right away, and first come, first serve.
First come, first serve. Yes,
don't wait to start.
Yes. The more you think about it, of course, we're having cohorts coming. It will not be by no means our final one. The next full stack cohort starts in December, but we always invite our students to apply as soon as possible, because the faster you go, the faster the results will come. And please remember the first come, first served basis. We don't want anyone who is motivated to be left outside in this cohort, so please act accordingly. Hanan, would you like to take Slim? Yeah, Hanan, would you like to take this one?
Just before going to the next one, I was checking the Q&A, and we have a message from Mohammed Tavale, and he's actually one of our graduates from class 17, and he's saying, "Hi Damian, I was student in class 17. I just joined the info session to pass this message to whoever is here. Guys, you don't have any idea of what you are going to start. This is the beginning of an amazing journey with SHA, which is going to change your whole life, and you are going to have a bright future." Thank you very much, Mohammed, for your input. Yeah.
We didn't pay him or ask him to do this by any means, just so you guys know. And this is part of the love and the culture we have in our cohorts and in general in our company, which is to really share and create something beautiful here. Vasiliki and the rest in the Q&A, please bear with us. We have a big presentation coming on. Most of your questions will be answered during the presentation, and if not, keep them posted in the Q&A and we'll get to them at the end of the presentation. So bear with us. There is a lot of information for us to cover, and we will have as much time as needed to go through all your questions.
So our holistic approach to employment, and at Social Hackers Academy, 88% of our students have already found a job. I'm gonna talk about the technical part of the career track. So as we already told you, the duration of the career track is 7 months, 6 months for the learning, and 1 month for the final project, the 7th month. So at the beginning, you will start with basics of HTML and CSS and how to set up your web development environment and so on. Then we will have the 0 to hero JavaScript part of the career track, then the front end. And during the front end, you will learn front end technologies and React. Then the last part will be about the backend, and since you will study front end and backend, that's why it's called full stack web development. And then you will put everything you learned in practice in the final project. So during this whole period, you will have live sessions, and you will have the support of your instructor, Yasmin, who's with us in the webinar also. So hi, Yasmin, again. And yeah, and in parallel with the technical track, we have the employability track, and I will pass the mic to Hanan to tell you more about it.
Thank you very much, Slim. Welcome again, and I'm really happy to start this journey with you guys. For us, like as an employability team, we do care about your soft skills and to make sure that you are prepared for the industry to get a job, because to be prepared for the industry, it's not an easy thing. So you will get a lot of feedbacks and a lot of like follow-ups from us. So during the employability track, we will start by the time management and effective communication, the feedbacks, best practices. And it's not by like giving you a sessions, it's in a practice where you will practice the pairing, and we will evaluate your performance during that. And then in sub-part of our program, we will talk about the CV, the LinkedIn, the GitHub best practices, and we will have rounds, feedbacks. Like it's a long process. It's not just like giving you the information. And in the final, like in the project phase, we will start talking about the industry mindset, and we will have a lot of activities and sessions about the behavioral interviews, because we do believe, like in SHA, the theory, it's not enough. As long as we are practicing that, and we have a lot of like activities like the presentations, and at some point we will like use those activities in presentation to answer a question, tell me about yourself, which is the personal narrative. Any like employer will ask you this question, this HR basic question. It's easy, but it's very tricky and need you to understand the concept beyond the personal narrative, and what to talk, what to mention, and what they expect to hear from you as a junior software engineer to be eligible and qualified to get that job. And we will have a big round around the digital footprint. After graduating, we will have like for review sessions for your CV, for your GitHub, and for your LinkedIn, and we will approve it for you. We will have like the job search track, and you will be aware of this like track before graduating. While you are like, after graduating, you start the job search. So we will have the unlimited support for the technical roadmaps, for the mock interviews, for the weekly follow-up, and till you get a job. And for sure, you have full access for a technical career advisor. It could be Hanan, Slim, or Damian. And that's it for the employability. I just like describe it shortly, but it has a lot of details, and I don't want to bother you now about it.
Let's not scare them away at the moment. But the point for me of this slide is for you to realize that getting into the tech industry is not just about being a good programmer, because it's very hard to become a good programmer. You need to have a lot of other skills outside of technical skills that Hanan and her team will make absolute sure that you acquire or develop throughout the 7 months, and of course, after graduation.
Yeah, and the most important thing, we are here as a coaches, which means we don't have the borders between us. We will be the honest people to give you the feedback and to keep your performance aligned with such progress that would make you qualified to enter the technical industry. So it's like full, let's say, roadmap and internal processes that we will go through it.
Our holistic approach, as we call it, to employment is not education, just education. It's an experience that leads to employment.
Mm-hmm.
I need to unmute myself. So what you will learn during this career track, so the basics of HTML and CSS, and now I will tell you about some technologies, so the tables, forms, media, box model, positioning, flexbox, grid, some CSS frameworks like Bootstrap, animations, and Sass. Then JavaScript, so you will learn the basics and the fundamentals, the DOM manipulation, the events, the asynchronous JavaScript, API, React. Then for the backend, you will learn about Node.js and Express.js. And database-wise, you will learn how to use MongoDB and Mongoose. So this looks like gibberish, Chinese for most of you.
For now.
For now, but don't let the fancy technical words scare you. You will get to know them like very soon.
Typical hours of learning. It's 112 hours of live classes during the 7 months, 70 hours of pair programming, and that's an absolute minimum. Then we have 84 hours of employability skills, and it's more than 84. 84 is like the absolute minimum. Because then, as Hanan mentioned earlier, you will have, after graduation, full access to the team. You will have a dedicated coach to you. So it eventually becomes more than 84 hours and 560 hours of guided learning. We don't want to scare you here. We want to show you like the whole thing, what everything that we're doing. It is manageable. This is the 20th cohort we are launching. We have very long experience into educating people and then placing them. So yeah.
So
Slim?
the classes, yeah. The live sessions take place always on Monday and Thursday. Generally, I mean, in most cases, but there are some weeks where we will have maybe more than 2 live sessions, so it depends on the week content, on the sprints, and so on. But this table that you are seeing here is like an example. Doesn't mean that it has to be like that. So, and we have two types of hackers: the regular hackers and the weekend hackers. So the weekend hackers are those who are working during the week and cannot attend the live sessions. So they will have the recording, so they can watch them afterwards of the live sessions, and they can use their weekend, Saturday and Sunday, full time to study the material of the content of the whole week. And I always suggest, especially for the weekend hackers, to not limit yourself only to those 2 days of the weekends. If you can manage to get 1 hour here, 2 hours from there, like during the week, that would be in your benefit. So if you can go back to the the previous slide, please, Daniel. So Monday, let's say your studying day starts at 5 p.m. So you will start by studying on the platform, the self-paced learning. And then at 7 p.m. Athens time, we will have the live session. And then, especially when you reach the JavaScript part, you will have the code challenges. So every week, and based on the content you are studying, you will have assignments and code challenges in order for you to always keep challenging yourself and trying to resolve some problems, coding problems, and so on. And then Tuesday, since you don't have live session, so you will be doing your self-reading, working on the assignment with your pair, especially the code challenges. It will be in pairs. Then Wednesday, we'll have employability workshop. And so it's like 1 week you have the employability workshop, the other week you have the webinar or the event. So every month we have 2 events, one technical and one more HR soft skills related. So, and this is mandatory. So everything, when we say live session, events, workshops with employability team, and so on, all those are mandatory for regular hackers, of course. For the weekend hacker, we already said that they cannot attend, so they have the weekend to watch everything and to do all the work. And every Friday, you will have some surveys to fill, because we will need your input and your feedback, and that's what helps us always improving and providing you with the best experience we can provide.
And these are by no means like mandatory and specific. We have created all our learning experiences around your timeline. So some people, for example, are working night shift. So they study in the morning, in the weekdays. Some others study in the weekend. We have everything we do we have in mind that it's ready for you, wherever you are in life. And also, we have technical support in the weekends as well. So our education team works 7 days per week, a minimum of 12 hours per day. So like there is always someone from our team there to support you with any question you might have. Yes, so yes, it's up to you. You can really make your own schedule. In general, we suggest for you to participate in the live sessions. That's what we think is best for you to participate. So even if you are a weekend hacker, if you have the time to log in during the time of the live session, we do think that's best. But it's not mandatory by any means. And we always record everything. It goes directly to the cloud. We give you all the information in Discord. So we have made it as simple as possible. And I would like to address some common myths for who is a good programmer, right? So we've heard that you must be a great mathematician to become a programmer. It doesn't hurt to be good in math, that's for sure. But we've had people with minimum to zero knowledge of math who have been able to graduate. So it all depends on you. You will need to develop your algorithmic thinking while you are at work on your way to become a senior developer. So for you to eventually become a senior developer in a few years, you definitely need to grow your skill set in logical thinking and algorithms. So yes, but for the junior, you don't have to be. Then another myth, we're hearing that programmers have bad communication skills. It might be true for some occasions, but now the industry has changed. The industry now requests good communication skills. And that's a very big part of Hanan's and the employability department work. For you to get hired, you need to have good, effective communication skills. Then who is a good programmer? Should be able to fix a printer. It doesn't help to be able to, no, it doesn't, it's not a problem to be able to fix a printer if you can do that, but it's not mandatory by no means. Then good programmers are not creative. On the contrary, I would say, programmers can and should be creative, and that's another skill you develop throughout the 7 months, because you must write code in a creative way in most instances. And then a programmer is a nerd and lonely person. Unfortunately, we are stuck a bit to the stereotypes that were created back in the 90s. I was not in the industry back then, but okay, maybe at the time, yes, programmers were in dungeons, writing code, doing the things they like, right? Right now is the contrary. Right now, programmers are in fancy offices. They get to talk. Actually, the problem now is that they may talk to too many people. But that's how the industry is. It requires for you to have good communication skills. And you can be a nerd, you can be lonely or not. The industry has, everyone can have a place in this industry.
So what makes SHA special are our live classes, the code challenges, and the live solutions. You have code review every week of the assignments you are submitting, if you submit them on time. And
which you should.
Programming, which you should, and I will be there to make sure of that. I will be harassing you guys. So that's my principal task, my task number 1, to be always on your back. All right, and then pair programming for the code challenges. So you will try to solve the code challenges twice a week with one of your peers. The help desk, so that's the technical support Damian was talking about, provided by our team. So, and it's on Discord. We have a help desk ticketing tool. So outside of the live classes, you will be studying on your own pace. And sometime you might find yourself stuck and you don't understand something or something like that. So you can hit the help desk ticket tool and ask for help, and one of the team members will reach out to you to help you unstuck yourself after you Google stuff, of course. We have some mentors with us. Most of the time they are our alumni. They join to help out our current students. The soft skills and employability workshops, and twice a month we have the events. So one technical and one HR and soft skills related.
Slim's nickname from our students is Mr. Google. That's what he responds to most of your requests. And that's actually a great skill. One of the very much needed skills is, as a programmer, is for you to have the capacity to Google something and find a solution on your own. Now, what makes Social Hacks Academy different? So many things. It's a truly saturated slide, yes. So for us, when we started building and expanding our school, we did extensive research to see what would be the best way for our students, for our graduates to get employment. So we essentially created the ultimate, at least what we think is the ultimate learning experience in order for people to get employed. Again, for us, we are not looking for students in general who are looking to educate themselves, to become better programmers. No, we are looking for students who want to change their lives by starting their career in tech. We have a lot of changes in our pedagogical approach. We have created a very unique approach, implementing and cooking like many pedagogical approaches together, which leads to instructor-led, project-based learning, community learning, fully hands-on, all these nice things that we do. We have the assignments. All assignments receive code reviews. That's very, very important because you have a real person giving feedback on how to make your code better. This is essential for you to develop your skills as a programmer, to have real people giving you feedback on how good or not that good your code is, because it's not just about implementing a function. If you do 2 + 2 always equals 4, but you can do in programming, you can achieve the same result with many different ways. And there is always best cases. There is always a better way to write code.
And good practices.
And good practice, yes, that's the word I was looking for. Yes. We have events by industry leaders. It's actually twice per month. We have to change it. It's one time from tech, the tech side, one time from the HR, soft skill side. We have pair programming, full employability support, weekly assignments. Our videos are recorded on demand. Our curriculum gets updated all the time. I would say monthly in most cases. Then we have community-based learning. It's not about you learning in a silo. It's about you learning together. Learning together, we've seen much better results in eventually becoming a programmer. We have the technical assistance. It's 7-day support. It's essentially like a customer service thing where you go, you have a question, and someone asks you your question. The pricing, we'll talk about it later. Of course, there is a certification at the end, but I would like in this case, many students to be asked us like, is your curriculum accredited by anyone? And it's not, because we don't want to. The accreditation is not what you get. from SHA. Of course, you get a diploma. The important thing that you get, though, after you graduate is your portfolio, is the projects you worked on. That's the important thing. That's what HR managers look like. Because you might have a computer science degree, but in most cases, you don't have the experience after your computer science degree instead of what we do here in SHA. The experience, the hands-on experience you get from the 7 months is way, way more than a computer science degree as its own. So the important thing here is the portfolio you build with your code, and of course, the soft skills that you develop throughout the course. And it's the soft skills learning doesn't happen just when Hanan is there and she tells, okay, this is a workshop about CV or LinkedIn or soft skills or whatever. The soft skills, we have implemented the development of your soft skills inside the core. Most of the times you can't see what you are learning, but we know what you're learning, and we have, like, through the assignments and follow-ups, we measure how you develop your skills. Now, does the job market need developers? Yes, a lot. The demand for software developers is projected to grow by 22% by 2029. I was just reading today that by 2030, it's going to be 85 open positions in the tech industry, 85 million open positions in the tech industry. And we see this ourselves also. We see this in the salaries our graduates receive. So it started, for example, let's talk about Greece. Okay, so it started with 600, 800 euros net, and now our graduates are starting from 1,200, 1,200 euros net to start with. So the tech talent gap is getting bigger as we speak. We cannot educate people fast enough. And it's not just SHA's problem. This is a global problem. And you know, the average projected growth rate of all industries is around 4%, and we see a 22% increase in software development. It's a revolution. See?
Yes. So I was actually checking the Q&A, and one of our attendees shared the link of a website, Googling stuff for you. So I was trying to understand what that was. All right. So the necessary equipment for the course. So first of all, you need a stable internet connection, a computer, preferably with a RAM of a minimum of 4 gigs, an Intel i5 processor or equivalent, a wide display, minimum 15 inch, or maybe double monitor if you have the resources. Then the operating system, so Windows, Mac, or Linux, whatever suits you the best.
And about the stable internet connection, it must also be unlimited. So not using your mobile data. You will be streaming a lot of content in our live sessions, in our employability session, workshops. You need to be doing your own research on YouTube, in Google, etc. So you need an unlimited and stable internet connection. If you don't have this now, this for me is more important than the actual laptop. We've had students even starting with tablets, which I don't propose, I don't suggest by any means. You need a computer, no matter how old it is. But we've seen students even with tablets going on. The internet here, to me, is the most important thing.
So what does it take to succeed in the course? First thing is your determination and desire to reach your goal, to switch your career if you're a career switcher, or to learn to code, then you need to self-management. So you need to be autonomous and know how to manage your time and your stress. And when we say self-management, so it has all of these. Growth mindset is very important, and curiosity. So especially with IT, and you know that the technologies are evolving in a crazy pace. So you need to always try to be up to date with the evolution of the technologies and so on. So that's why curiosity is an asset.
I would like to add here a point, which is the commitment. If you don't commit to our roadmap, we are here guiding you, coaching you. So if you don't have this gut and passion and commitment to go through our instructions, through our sessions, following up and responding on time, this would not take you to the next step. At this point, I would like to ask you a question. What will not happen if you don't do all of those things? So I would not say what will happen, what will not happen. Definitely, you would not be you would be unhappy, you will feel unproductive, you will not get a job. So we are not promising the job unless you commit and have this passion to follow our roadmap. That's it.
I like to call it, it would be best for you right now, after this session, to find your why. Take your time, think why you want to do it. Through our extensive experience with 19 cohorts, we've seen that students who are purely motivated by getting a job, they do not graduate. You must be interested in technology. You must be interested in creating websites, in creating web applications. And of course, your interest will grow and build while studying with us. You will become much more involved in technology while you study with us. But we suggest that you look inside. Because when you are challenged or feel like you cannot do it anymore while studying with us, and you will be challenged on a daily basis, hourly basis, you need to remember your why, because it's very tough. We don't have the results we have through easy work. It's not easy work. It's a lot of work. But this doesn't mean that you cannot make it, because we offer an absolutely holistic approach. You need a mentor, you have the mentor. You need a coach, you have a coach. You need second coach, you'll get a second coach. We have a very good infrastructure in potentially supporting you studying and graduating from our school. So when the going gets tough, you need to remember your why. You need to go back to the basics, because it will get hard. You will want to quit. All of our graduates wanted to quit multiple times during the 7 months. And again, we are not here to tell you not to come to our class. On the contrary, we want you to come. But we are here, we want to set the expectations. And maybe after this info session, our program is not right fit for you. It's okay. We'll be here in 1-2 years if you change your mind and you are more ready and you have a much clearer why. Glenn, you want to add something?
So as Damian was saying, it's gonna get tough and you will be challenged and you will find yourself stuck for hours, if not days. And that's when the why is very important. So if it's just to get a job because the fancy salary and so on, at some point, if you are challenges at midway, you will be okay. I'm gonna drop, I will find another job, whatever job could be, and you will go and look for a job in your current field, or maybe another job or whatsoever. But if your why is maybe to secure a better future for your kids, if you have kids, so when it gets tough, you have that in between your eyes, so you don't lose sight of your goals. So set a goal, why you want to do this career switch, or why you want to study web development. So you can remember it, and it will give you the power and the energy for the dark days and to survive the dark thoughts, because you will find yourself like, okay, I'm done with this. I cannot take it anymore. We will be here always to support you, but the power to continue, it comes from within, and that's why you need to think, to sit with yourself, get a coffee, a drink, or whatever, and think why you want to do it. And when you find that why, then you can start and be sure that you will go till the end.
Yeah, I could not agree more. And we are here. It's not just our team that is here, also the cohort, your buddy. You will make friends during this class. We have a supportive system because we've been here. Slim, Hanan has been through a code school themselves. They have faced in real life what you're going through. Okay, I haven't been through a bootcamp myself, but also I'm not that much involved in the learning. So it will be dark, but you will never be alone. You will only be alone if you choose to not communicate your needs. And trust us, we've heard everything. We've had over 200 students, more, 250, 300, I don't know how many they have been, we've heard everything. We are not surprised anymore. We are here to help. We know how to help. We've helped hundreds of people before you. That's why we are here. It's our job. You talking to us, communicating to us your needs is our job to listen. Apart that we also like it, it's also our job. And this doesn't mean if you pay or not pay or receive a scholarship, everyone is being treated the same.
And yes, communicating your needs. I would like to underline this, because if you stay in your corner and don't ask for our help or don't leverage our help, we cannot know that you are stuck. So you shouldn't be shy of asking questions. You shouldn't be shy of saying that I didn't understand that, or I'm struggling with this, and so on. So communication, you need to reach out to us so we can help you. So help us help you.
Now for the tuition options, this is a bit complicated, but let's go for the scholarships first. Scholarships, fully funded scholarships, are available for refugees and asylum seekers only. And you need to prove your legal status in order to receive the scholarship. Then, for the rest of the people, we have 3 pricing tiers depending on where you live. You can see the first, second, and third tier depending on the country you live. We do this not to take from the rich and to give to the poor. We don't think like that. We are building an equitable organization where everyone should have access to quality tech education. Slim, you want to add something? Okay. So we really provide. It's not about the money you give or not give. It's about yourself and this opportunity you have in order to change your life drastically and start a career in tech. You can see the payment amounts. If you are unemployed, we suggest that you go with the income share agreement. Essentially, you study now and you pay later when you land your first job. We feel very confident in the service we offer, and we would like to invite you to consider what we do in SHA, which is it's not about profit making, it's about supporting everyone get access to good education that leads to employment. If you have any other questions about the pricing, you can go to our website. You can see there exactly, based on your country, what you should pay. And you can pay upfront if you choose so with 20% discount from the income share agreement, which is study now, pay later. We want to wish you the very best of luck on your journey. This is not a journey you will take alone. We go together. Once with the students, we start the cohort. We are very blessed. We have over 300 applications for each cohort. And out of those, 40 people actually start the program. And this is to also remind you about the first come, first served, right? So we invite you to apply, if you haven't already applied, as soon as possible and go through the steps. So now I'm going to stop sharing. Slim, Hanan, before we go to the questions, do you have anything to add?
I think we're good.
Fair enough. Good.
Awesome. So, guys and gals, please go ahead, ask any questions you might have in the Q&A. So let's start from our first question from Habib Akhtas. Hi, is there going to be any weekend sessions for education?
So I'm taking this one. During the weekend, there will not be sessions. So the session will be Monday and Thursday, principally. And maybe during the week, you might have additional sessions. I'm not talking about the workshops and the soft skills and employability workshops. I'm talking about the live sessions, the coding. So Monday and Thursday, and potentially another day, but during the week. But for the weekend, you can watch these sessions since they are recorded, and you can leverage the help desk ticket tool on Discord, and there will be always someone to answer your questions during the weekend.
There's always someone there from our team, not just anyone, a technical person, not like the marketing department or anything like that. No, a person who can answer your technical question sufficiently. Then Abdulrahman Samara, okay, you answered. Hanan, thank you. Mohammed Al-Halat asks, do we need to wait until 10th of October to start the pre-course?
No, you can start right away. Just after this webinar, you can start the pre-course. And as we were saying, it's first come, first served. So we encourage you to start. The 10th of October is the official date for the whole class, let's say for the people who want to join the cohort, to start all together. And we will have a kickoff session on the 10th of October to show you how to use effectively the Discord and how to go through the Athena platform to study the pre-course. But we encourage you to start right away.
Iris Kalogiru asks if the sessions are remote or might some be in person too. All the sessions, everything we do in education is fully remote. You don't need to attend something in person. Also our events, that includes our events. We plan a hackathon will probably happen in January. So maybe that event will happen live in Athens, or we plan to have other hackathons in other cities we work with. But yes, the sessions are remote. But we've seen our students, when they get paired up, they get to meet. You can go to the other person's house, or you can go to a cafe, work together, learn together. So it's up to you what you choose to do with the friends that you will create inside the class. But as SHA, as far as SHA is involved, no, everything is done 100% remote. Now, Leon Kuduras asks, he mentions, I don't mind to disturb, but I missed the opportunity to get unemployment people scholarship because of personal reasons. You're right. Up until class 19, we were giving fully funded scholarships also to unemployed people. Right now, we've changed that as we are offering the income share agreement to people who are unemployed. Our SHA, we live by our values. So we have created an equitable access to learning based on accessibility and inclusion. So even if you cannot pay upfront and are not eligible for the scholarship, then you can choose the income share agreement way, which is study now, pay later. Definitely, it would help you a lot to join. And is there any chance for me to pop in somehow? You have to sign the income share agreement if you want to pop in, as you mentioned. It's not available anymore. We don't offer fully funded scholarships to people who are unemployed at the moment. Habibak, okay, so let me Google that. What was it, Slim? Is it?
I still didn't get what is it exactly. Actually, it's a website where you have a search bar like the Google one, and then you type what you are searching, and it's kind of maybe a bridge between the Google search and you. So it's searching. I need to spend more time to understand what it is.
Okay.
The next question is about employability. Will you help us network with prospect employer? Well, we have a lot of requests from a lot of companies. They ask us, we need like front-end engineers, we need like full stack engineers. So we take from our alumni CVs and send for the company. And there's a process to do this. It's not just like sending you or connecting you in this easy way. The most important thing, we will teach you how to look for a job and to find it by yourself, because it's like at some point you would have like a good pace to start looking for a job, and we have the ways and the paths to start doing that. So you will learn how to do that, from applying, the application, the CV, your LinkedIn, and the whole requirements that's needed, and the GitHub from the industry, technical software engineering industry. Hope I answer your question, Mohammed.
So yes, we kind of do both. Like both employers come to us, ask for people. For us though, like if I were to choose, which one should we do? Should we bring employers, or should we teach you to go and find employment? I would definitely choose the latter, the second one, because the skills you're developing through doing research for work, through application, through finding, I don't want to say Hanan is the expert in this. So these further develop your skills. So for me, you should want to do your own hunting for you to go and get employed. At the same time, though, we have so many companies almost begging for talent, because the tech talent war is real. It's a big thing. Next, Abdulrahman Samara, can you please add the Discord link? Slim did it in our chat. But Abdulrahman, what I would propose to you is to read our emails thoroughly. All the information is on our website and on our emails. This info session, we do it just to answer live questions, but all the questions should be answered through our material. So please, whenever we contact you or on Discord, when you sign into Discord, read everything thoroughly. We expect you that you do read things. Yes.
And just maybe Abdurrahman didn't register to the course, and that's why he's asking. So if you didn't register to the course, you're not getting the emails. So you need to go to our website and look for our career track and register to the course through filling the form, and then you will get the email communication that Damin was mentioning. In the meanwhile, you can find the Discord link in the chat.
Slim, want to take the next one?
Yes, so can a regular hacker also do the weekend hacker studies for better understanding? I mean, John, if you want to study 24 hours, 24/7, I would never say no. I mean, you need to rest. That's for sure. But yeah, the more you get your hands dirty with code, the better it is. So yeah, if you have more time to spend on your studies, we totally encourage that.
But remember, like stress plus rest equal growth. So we don't want like all the time to stress yourself. We know what's the good way to do that. So if you are a regular, just stick with a regular schedule. If you need more time in your assignments, in your projects, for sure, much more investment will like accelerate your like learning process in general.
And we have created our program for you to be investing around 20 hours per week. So we treat it as a part-time job, right? If you want to invest more hours, by any means, please do. But you also have to take care of yourself and your mental health and your physical health. So do as much work as you feel it's right for you. And we've seen, it depends a bit on the student, but we've seen the students who are more committed, who are investing the 20+ hours. They are our, let's say, top graduates, and always our top graduates are the ones who find employment the faster because they have the skills. It's about developing your skills. So if you invest in yourself to grow your skills, you will have good results. If you don't invest, it's not about us. We want you to succeed. We have built very elaborate systems for you to succeed, but it's not up to us. We are not going to do the reading for you. Hanan and Slim are already programmers. They don't need to build the skills in that, right? You need to do that. So you need to take care of yourself first and invest as much time as you think is best. Vasiliki, I'm the only one who can take this question. Essentially, Vasiliki asks if there is someone who speaks Greek, because if someone is not fluid in English. In this case, no, there is no one that speaks Greek. Our team is international. Out of our 19 team members, only 3 are Greek. So we run a very diverse, culturally diverse team ourselves. We have people from all around the Mediterranean Sea. We work remotely. We are an international company. Vasiliki, if you've been able to follow our conversation today, today's conversation, I think you have enough English to go ahead and apply. Even if you understood 70% of it, I think you have for you to go ahead. None in our team, we have 0 people in our team whose English is the first language. We all have different native languages, and we understand. We understand that maybe Most of our students are not fluent by no means. And that's another skill you develop throughout the course. You have 7 months to make your English better, which is absolutely essential for you to land a job. Even if you land a job in Greece or a Tunisian person in Tunisia, wherever you are, and you find a local work, most of the talking happens in English, because for you to become a web developer, everything was created in English. You need to speak at least the basic as a very minimum. But we see this skill as something you will develop throughout the class. I would urge you, since you have been able to read our website, to participate in this info session, you speak good enough, or you understand good enough. Speaking will come as you go.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no need to be fluent. If you have B2 level English, I think you would be qualified to start with our course through our program, through the pairing and the sessions and the whole process. You will improve your English a lot, because all of our sessions in English, and our instructors, they are speaking like simple English. It's not complicated. So it would be very easier for you to understand and proceed with us. In terms of, I was thinking to talk about, in software engineering, like the documentation, the Google, it's all like, when it comes to coding, it's in English. So it's a pace block, but no need to be fluent, advanced, B2 level. You would be able to succeed, and you will improve it during the program.
Yes, don't worry about the English, really. It's not, we've had a guy we did the interview with. He spoke zero English, zero. Back then, I was doing the interviews with the students. And I asked Slim, this guy speaks no English. Zero. He couldn't understand the sentence I was telling him. And what happened, Slim?
Well, during his communication with us on Discord, he was using Google Translator to translate what we are writing and what he wants to tell us. And then he studied with us, and he graduated from class 17, I think. Yeah, class 17. Yeah. So a couple of months ago.
Yeah, really, that guy couldn't form a sentence, could not understand myself at all. But he said he asked for a month. I need a month to prove to you that I can follow the course. And he was one of the best students at the end, because he was motivated. It's all about
committed.
that. Yes. Yeah. It's all about that. It's not about the skills you bring today. It's about willing to acquire the new skills that we think are important for you to land your first job. And it's all about that. Everything else doesn't matter. What matters is your commitment. This is what we're looking for. Also in our admissions process. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for crazy people like that who say, no, I'm going to keep studying because I'm going to make it. And he did. Of course, this doesn't mean that you're going to have the same path, but everything is possible. Guillaume says, hi all, eager to start. When will we be able to make the payment for the bootcamp? Hanan?
Yeah, so if you joined Discord, please send Zainab a direct message, and we will forward your name so you can proceed with your payment. So yeah, if you are in Discord, send to Zainab. If you are not in Discord, please join Discord, or send for the admission@socialhackers.org that you want to proceed with your payment, so we will move with you.
I'm writing the email of the admissions team here in the chat. So if you have any questions might come up after this session, follow up with them. in admissions at Social Hacks Academy, and we'll get back to you very fast. Ioannis Skardasis, thank you for the questions, by the way. Thank you. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We are motivated to answer your questions for you to make a better decision for your life, because it is a big commitment. It's not about the money. It's not about the cost. It's not about the scholarship. It's about your commitment, your dedication, and the end result. So we are here for you. Slim?
Yeah, so the next question, Ioannis is asking, can we fail in the graduation project? Will we get second opportunity or guidance to succeed? So yeah, I mean, if you follow the roadmap, as Hanan was saying, and if you follow our instructions and you leverage our help, you won't fail in the graduation project. But let's say you did, and then you will have a second chance. It's not like there are no other solutions and so on. So you will have more guidance to succeed, and you can potentially, so far we have been doing it two ways. So, or if you cannot keep up with the class pace and you are struggling, maybe sometime like life is hard and some things comes up and life happens, so you cannot follow the class pace, you can continue studying on your own pace, and we can give you a couple of extra weeks to redo the project or to polish it or so on. Otherwise, like some people, they couldn't manage to complete the course with their class, they joined in the next one. So, but this is like, it's like case by case. So if we find ourselves in that situation, we will discuss it furthermore. But for now, don't look to the negative thing, stay positive, follow our guidance, be committed, communicate with us your fears, your challenges, and so on, and we will guide you through all the way.
But the question is interesting. Can we fail? Well, we are here a fail-paced. We follow a fail-paced pedagogy, because you would not be able to solve a problem without failing many times. But for the graduation project, we have deadline. If for some reason, if you are not able to deliver on that deadline, we will discuss it privately. But it's not like we are not strict to say, no, you are not graduated, we will not accept you. We might postpone for you, so we can discuss it like individually.
But we preferably, everything should run smoothly and we don't get into these conversations. But if we have to get, because life happens, we are definitely here. Open ears. It depends also on you, on how motivated you were. Because if you've been barely going through the course, always submitting your assignments later, and then after 5 months you come to us and you need our help, it will potentially be different from the help we provide to the person who has been a communicator, who has been responding to our messages, who have been submitting his assignments on time. So it all depends on you. This is not about us. It's about you. We just need to make sure that you learn what you need to learn. That's our job.
And the next question, John, and also for someone like me, pre-course is a bit hard, and I personally use Google search a lot to answer. I already like you. Is this good, or am I doing something wrong? So it's okay if, I mean, we don't expect people to have background in coding. So if the pre-course is hard, that's okay. The pre-course is there for us to evaluate, let's say, your commitment, to see that you are doing the effort, even though you submit wrong answers. That's okay. We are not asking you to answer correctly to all the questions. Of course, if you answer, I mean, wrong answers to all the questions, we will need to discuss. But it's okay to use Google search to answer. It's not okay if you copy the question, you get the whole solution and paste the solution, that's not okay. But if you Google some parts of the solution, like to add it to what you are trying to solve by your own, that's totally okay. And since you asked, yes,
sorry, go.
Since you asked, like, if you are struggling with something in the pre-course, and if you are already on Discord, start asking your questions on Discord, so we can start helping right away.
And we, in general, prefer the people who have this attitude. We've had students with some computer science background or some programming background, and they go through the pre-course easier than others. We've seen that the people who struggle and learn how to solve their struggle, that those students graduate faster and better. Because through adversity, through tough times, you build character. And this character you'll build throughout the course, we hope it will stay with you throughout the years. Programming, give me 1 second, Hanan. Programming, solving problems is about your attitude. It's not what you know. It's about your attitude and your ability to eventually solve the problem. These are the winners in our mind, not the person who knows everything.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to add for this question, we would encourage you to Google the things, because our pay is like, it's to Google and to search and to graduate as an autonomous developer, because this is what would survive you in the industry. Is it like good thing? Yes, is it like good thing? And we would encourage you to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to comment on Damian answer, because in the last cohort, class 17, the first 6 people who got jobs, they don't have technical backgrounds. It's a fact. That's it.
And those are the first that got job.
Yeah.
The 6 ones who have no technical background. It's not about what you bring to start with. The important thing is your attitude, and have an open mind. It's even worse for someone who is strong technically, because then he has a fixed mindset. And then we don't have the space to go and support him, see things the way we see them. And it's not about us being smarter or anything. We just have a lot of experience in understanding what your skill set should be like. I see your questions always, like we keep answering, it always gets more and more. And thank you very much for your engagement. We'll be here for as long as needed to answer all your questions. So please keep them coming. Stefanos asks, from what I understand, for pair programming, you pair us with other students. Is the different location, country, time zone a problem?
No, so you will be paired. So once per month, you will be, so far we're doing it this way. So once per month, we will generate randomly the pairs. The only criteria which is taken in consideration is if you're a weekend or a regular hacker. But then, like, I mean, the location, the country, the time zone, it's not a problem, because you will be working together remotely anyway. You can be paired with someone who lives at the other at another country. So you will try to communicate with your pair and try to find the best time for you to work on the code challenges together. So that's for the pairing.
We don't have problems in general. Every problem has a solution for us. And we do find that solution if we don't have it already. So anything you are going to face, probably someone has already faced it in the previous 19 cohorts that we've managed. So, yeah. Panagiotis asks about the basic requirements. We mentioned about the yes, Panagiotis, it's a requirement. Yeah, I think you should have this. If not, there are refurbished computers for €100, $100. You can always find a cheap computer. As for the internet connection, for me, that's the most important thing. So yes, they are absolutely required for you to have a good experience, and also for your coding buddy have a good experience, because if your connection is not good, then it is mandatory. Vasiliki Papadakis is excited that yes, 80% and I understand. Yes, I know you do. You've been able to reach here. For you to reach here, we know it's enough to start with, and you can always put more time. Invest 2, 3, 5 hours per week just to your English. You could do that. We don't offer that, but if you feel like it, go ahead. Or with your buddy, you could speak in English, right? You should actually speak in English, but we can't see. Vasiliki, who wants to take Vasiliki's question?
I'm just copying something from the chat. So Vasiliki, yeah, I'm sharing the link to the registration form in the chat. Just a second. Okay. So you need to fill this form, and after doing so, you will receive an email with the link to the Discord, which I already put in the chat if you scroll a bit up, and the link to our platform to start the pre-course. But just join the Discord, and if you have any question, just send me a message. You will find me there, Slim, and I will ask your questions. So yeah.
Good. So the next question, it is about, he's asking if he can do the pre-course with another pair. No, we don't. If you finish it, that's like, this is what required from you now. We would prefer you, for example, to go to W3 School, read a little bit about HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Maybe you can ask Slim in Discord so he can send you some kind of resources to start enriching your basics knowledge about JavaScript and HTML, CSS. But no, we don't have this option to do the pre-course again with pair.
You are muted, Danny.
Yeah, the reason we don't pair people is because we want them to work individual to start. We need to make sure that you can do the work alone. Because if you work in pairs, sometimes one does more work than the other. To start with, we need to make sure that you are willing to do the work. And that's why. But Discord is open there, so you can ask people, you can ask your questions. Everybody's there already, but not paired. John says, sorry for the many questions. No, thank you for the many questions. And he asks, if someone already finished the pre-course and wants to start it again with pairs and mentors.
Actually, we were just answering his question.
Sorry. Yes, please deleting them as we go. So let me go a bit quickly to answer the questions. So Ahmed, if we decide to pay later, by pay later, if you mean income share agreement, we still have to contract with someone. So how the income share agreement, and there are other questions below about that. So before you start the course, you sign a contract with us. The contract is very basic, very easy to read. It's about you paying back in a very structured way. You can find this on our website to see how much it's going to be for you based on the tier your country is in. So yes, someone will contact you after graduation, after 3 months that we start asking. for the income share agreement to be implemented, yes, we will get back to you for sure. Jay says, I had submitted my ID sometime. Yes, you definitely need to resubmit your ID. We don't look at previous applications. We only look at this application we have now. Any information we have or don't have from you in other applications, it's not applicable. Only we need updated documents. We need a fresh application process.
And the next question is, do we have the option to choose between solo projects and group projects? You will have the option to go through the course the way we ask you to do it, because there will be projects that you will do solo and some others you will do in group. So you need to follow the instruction that we will provide, because we want you to work solo on some stuff, and we want you to work in pair or in a group on some other project, and that goes with the soft skills that you are acquiring throughout the course without you knowing, because working in group project, that will sharpen your communication skill, your teamwork skills, and so on. So you will have the possibility to work on both, but you don't choose when.
Yeah. We don't ramp up things, just trust the process.
Yeah.
If we ask you to do it in a group, which means we have a such target out of this request.
So post bootcamp, if we want to build other projects, to have more projects for the employment, will we still be able to get assistance? Yes, definitely. And post bootcamp, if you are still getting assistance, maybe you can consider being a mentor with us also. So, but we will discuss that after the bootcamp. Then, how to submit the pre-course? Is it only through the SHA pre-course section? Yeah, so you need to go to the Athena platform. You need to go through the pre-course step by step. Don't jump to the last one or don't skip steps. You need to submit all of them one by one, and by the end of the last part section, let's say, of the pre-course is important, and you need to reach there, because that's how you will book a call with the admission team to finalize your admission.
Hanan, want to take the question of Iris Kalogiru?
Yeah, is it possible
Iris.
to mention some career paths graduates have followed after completing the course? I don't have a tech background, that's why I'm asking. Just, you mean he wants us to like give names for alumni who got jobs?
I don't think names. I think he needs to learn like the job titles. What are the job titles? From what I read here, what job titles our graduates got after a successful graduation and placement?
Yeah, we have like front-end developers. We have full stack or software engineers. Those are like the job titles or the job positions based on their contracts. We have people, they had a business analyst in technical things, which is like close to product manager in software stuff and technical stuff. Yeah, we have those kind of like job titles, but mainly it's software engineer, web developer, front-end developer, full stack developer.
And it depends also on your previous background. So if you were working in financial institutions, for example, you might, through the tech education you will receive, you might go to something in particular to your previous experience. Hanan and the employability department will guide you towards what are your options based on your former and newfound experience. At the same time, we've had students with zero previous working experience. They started working as software engineers or full stack, front end, back end. It doesn't really matter. Then Mike asks, please, when is this cohort starting properly? It's the 23rd of October.
No, the 23rd of October is the last day to finish the pre-course. So it's the 1st or 2nd.
Let us let us just yeah,
31st of October,
31st.
Monday, 31st of October.
Yeah.
By that day, we will have our last final, let's say, students list for the people who will join the cohort, and we will kick off the full stack career track.
Yusuf asks, can you give us some previous graduated poll? To understand that people. Okay, so we can get their feedback regarding the courses, jobs, some advices. We don't do that in general. We had a student at the beginning saying those good things. If you were not there, please watch. It was at the very, very beginning of our session today. Yeah.
Okay.
You can type some of the names they can contact on LinkedIn.
Maybe if you go, if you go to our LinkedIn, and you will find like our students there. So maybe you can reach out to them and ask them. I think that's the best way to.
Yes, because all of our students, they like when they graduate, they said like we graduate from SHA, and you will find like if they got job or they didn't get a job. So from their LinkedIn account, you will know where they are, what they are doing, and you can connect and ask them.
Then Iris is asking, and also how do we know the quiz questions we answer in the pre-course are correct? So for now, just try to answer the questions, and don't worry about if they are correct or not, because at this phase, it's not about you solving everything in the pre-course or understanding everything. It's kind of a pre-taste of what you will be learning afterwards, because the pre-course is in Python, which is different than programming language than JavaScript. So yeah, don't worry about that. Go through all the steps, and once you're done, you will book the call with the admission team. Okay, so then Mohammed was asking about the graduation project. So the final project, if it's in pair or in solo. So by then we will see. So let's go step by step, one bite at a time.
One step, yes, one step at a time. And I want to take this opportunity. We've already been an hour and a half here talking, answering questions. I want to thank all the attendees. To me, it's proof that you are dedicated enough, that you stayed so far. I'm not saying that the people who left are not necessarily, but for you to stay here and show your commitment, this is the way you show your commitment to us. By asking questions, by doing the pre-course, by interacting in Discord. This is how you do it.
Yeah. All right. So Mohammed is asking, thank you for all this great opportunity you grant to us. It's much appreciated. Thank you. Just a question. I filled this form before. Do I need to do it again? No, you don't need to fill the form again. I pasted there for people who didn't fill it yet. So you can go on and start with the pre-course and join Discord if you didn't already. And then Mike is asking to be kept on track. Can you help us with the fundamental or pre-courses? I really don't understand what you mean by pre-course. Okay, so just to be sure, Mike, if you don't get what is the pre-course, maybe you just joined or you landed in this webinar and you didn't fill the form that I shared in the chat. So you didn't get the link to our Athena platform to start studying the pre-course. but you already have in the chat the Discord link. So join the Discord, and if you still have like some questions about how to get to the pre-course on Athena or whatsoever, just join Discord and send me a message there so I can guide you properly.
Let me answer John's question. He says that just want to tell you that watching people like you answering and have the patience and not to just end this meeting means a lot. Giving us the kick start to know what to expect from you. We are here for you. We have built everything in SHA through love and passion for you to become successful. And through 19 previous iterations, we've reached to this point in order to understand your needs. So we are here for you. It's not something we say. It's something we say, but we also prove, we live by. We are here for you. For us, you are all equal students. It doesn't matter. You pay this much, you pay this much, you pay now, you pay later, you receive the scholarship. Everybody gets treated the same. Our goal is to get you placed to a job. That's our goal. And we need your support in doing our job. This is how SHA has become successful. And right now we are at this point.
Actually, there will be some difference in treating our student depending on your commitment and on your communication with us. So if you're not responsive to our messages, to our announcement, and you are not there, not physically, but we can feel that you are not with us, we're not gonna be running after you and, hey, please go do that. Actually, we are doing it somehow, but with more and more students, it's getting harder to do. So help us, help you. We always ask you to help us, help you.
Yeah, we need your support. It's because at the end of the day, I'm not going to come and do your assignment. First of all, I cannot do it, but even if I could, I would not. It's about you. We have created the platform for you to come. It's like a spring. We see SHA as a spring. So it goes down, 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 it's harder, 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 and then you go to space. This is what we can do with your commitment. And John, about kicking, we do that. We do that also on other ways, not physically, as everything is done remotely, plus we don't like violence, but we do kick you and push you in a positive way. Because we are also people. We've been through stress. We have our personal, financial, all the troubles that you might be facing. We also face. We are in this together. SHA was built in love. And you will experience this because the love and the culture goes also inside the cohorts. It's not just about the team. It's about the whole energy of the organization. So thank you, John, for staying so far. Yes, Jay mentioned that thank you, managers. Yes, it's the 3 managers. We have 5 managers in total. You get to meet 3 of the 5 people of the leadership team, but this is how we do business here. We do it in a casual, friendly way. It's just about making the world just a tiny bit better. And I hope to be a part of your next cohort. It's up to you, Jay. It's up to you. It's not up to me, Hanan, or Slim. We already have our jobs, our skill sets. We are set for now. So it's really up to you to be a part of SHA. One thing I'm very proud of is from class 19, which started 2 months ago, 40% of the students who started came through referrals. And this to me answers your previous questions, like, let me meet someone, etc. It's already happening. We've already seen it. We are building a community. It's not, we are doing so many things. We would need hours and hours to be discussing it, and we're already reaching the 2-hour point. If there are any final questions, now is a great time to put them in the Q&A. Slim, Hanan, do you have maybe anything you want to add? I don't know.
For me, I'm so excited to start this class. And again, it's based on your passion and your commitment. And imagine that we are machines. If you put the right inputs and the honest inputs, we put you in the right tracks. Otherwise, if you manipulate us, the machine will manipulate the results at the end. So it's all depend on you. We have proved this. We get student and graduate jobs in the software industry. It's not just like in Greece, in Poland, in England, in France, in all the EU area. So,
Philippines, Tunisia, Egypt.
Yeah.
We've had graduates from 28 different countries. It's the process we have built can be replicated everywhere.
So yeah, just like waiting to start.
So yeah, if you didn't join Discord yet, please go ahead. If you didn't start the pre-course and you are really eager to get your seat, please start and try to finish it as soon as possible. And I can't wait to have you all around and to start this journey all together.
Thank you very much, Slim, Hanan, everyone who participated today. I would like to wrap up with at least what's the most important thing for me is to find your why. Look inside, think hard and long. Why do you want to change your life? What's the reason? This, write it somewhere, put it on your laptop, on your wall, put it somewhere to remind you every day what is the reason you signed up for, because it's very hard. It's very hard. We will not do the homework for you. We should not do the homework for you, even if we could. It's about you. It's about your why. It's about your dedication and motivation. Look inside yourself, find the reason, yeah. John asked the question, when is the best time for someone to pay up front after the pre-course and get accepted? And if possible, write the name of the person responsible to talk about payment. So you are able to pay when you get accepted. For you to get accepted, you need to finish the pre-course. You need to have an interview with the employability team. And after that, you will receive an email saying if you are accepted or not accepted. In that email, you will also receive the payment link that you need to follow, and you need to make the payment in a timely manner. We will include by when you must make the payment in the email. So don't worry about the payment. We're going to figure that out. Worry about yourself finishing the pre-course and about if to which is responsible to talk about the payments is the admissions team. So we put in the chat the admissions email. It's admissions@socialhackersacademy.org. Over there, Hanan and her team will respond to you as soon as possible, or go to Discord. Always best to use Discord. Always best to use Discord, because the same question you have, probably someone else has it as well. So ask away and you'll get the answer.
And Vasiliki, yes, I can see that you already filled the form. So I hope that went well. I didn't check the input, but you should now receive an email with the link to Discord and to the Athena platform, where you can find the link to the pre-course. And once you join the pre-course, the Discord server, you will get an automated direct message from Mi6. It's a bot with the link to the pre-course. so you can go and start it right away.
Find your why, and we can't wait for you to join us in our next class. Thank you all very much. Our team today, Slim, Hanan, Dimitar was also here, Yasmin, the teacher of class 20 was also here in the shadows. So thank you everyone for participating in the info session. Thank you to all our potential students and graduates, and whatever you put in is what you will get out. So put effort. We're waiting for you. Thank you everyone. Take care.
Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.